Hey, Jesse,
What you got?
picture this. You're watching a
Picturing?
horror movie, heart racing, clutching the edge of your seat. The monster on screen seems so unreal until you learn that it was inspired by a real person or event.
Which ones are you thinking of?
For instance, Norman Bates, Hannibal Lecter, they were both inspired by Ed Gein, the serial killer.
That is true. He did have a colored past is a good, well, just putting it lightly.
Exactly. Definitely it puts the lotion on the skin kind of person.
Well, you're not wrong there, especially if you guys have ever opportunity to watch anything off of Netflix. There is a new documentary out there, so definitely keep a lookout.
There
But
is.
Ed Gein was one of those. I think it was one that actually was the first classification, or almost the first classification of serial killer. I
I
know there was a
believe
lot
so.
inspired from him, or at
There
least if
was.
it wasn't taken exactly from him, but it was definite inspiration.
Exactly. And from serial killers to creatures of folk and even insects.
Mhm.
Many of Hollywood's nightmares have roots in reality. Some are based on true crime, others on ancient legends, but they all make us scream. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of They're Still Here. I'm David, and joining me is my co host, Jesse.
Hello.
And today, we're going to be exploring the real life inspirations behind famous horror movie monsters and villains, from human criminals to supernatural legends and even bugs.
We'll also be transparent about what's verified history, what's folklore, and where it becomes conjecture, so you know exactly what's true and what's creative interpretation.
And what's even better about this episode is we don't have much housekeeping to get to. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, let's start with Ed Gein. As you heard in the beginning of the episode during the cold open, he's often called the Butcher of Plainfield. Gein's crimes inspired several horror movie icons, including Norman Bates in Psycho, Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs, my personal favorite.
Ian was also a grave robber and a murderer whose obsession with his mother led to horrific acts. His life blurred the line between reality and horror fiction. While Gein inspired these movies, Hollywood dramatized and amplified the horror for storytelling purposes.
And another example is Eileen Wuornos, whose life became the basis for the movie Monster in 2003. Wuornos was a real serial killer, and while the film took creative liberties, the core events are factual.
Also, let's not forget H.H. Holmes, one of America's first documented serial killers. He designed his murder castle in Chicago with trapdoors, hidden rooms, and other horror elements that have inspired countless fictional killers.
And not only was he a serial killer, he was also a con man.
That is true. That's actually
Now,
where he started. He started doing that beforehand.
exactly. And also, I'm going to throw this out there because H.H. Holmes was awful, and H.H. Holmes is too cool of a name for him. His real name was Herman Webster Mudgett.
Yes.
So that's what we're gonna call it. Herman.
Herman.
Joe. Yeah, that's right. If you go around and become a serial killer, we're gonna bully you on this podcast. And you deserve it.
Well, I mean, as long as, a lot of them are either locked up and everything else to where at least we have somewhat of safety. Remember, always stay safe. Hello.
Yeah. Stay safe.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. Well, we're still gonna make fun of them. But
Hey, I don't want
don't
to be
hurt
someone's skin suit, okay?
just don't hurt people. That's what we're saying, okay?
Yes. Dude, just
Love each
be
other,
nice.
love yourselves. And that's
Kindness is king.
exactly.
Dear Lord. We're just gonna bully you. How about no?
Hey, look, you know what? Look, I'm book smart, okay?
Hey, I don't want to end up going into an investigation, actually get to go to the castle, or at least be anywhere near where it was. And yeah, and all of a sudden he go, remember me?
Yeah.
You
Well,
guys were bullying me. I remember
if
you.
I'm not mistaken, the murder castle, I believe, got I think it burned down, didn't it?
It was one of the two. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've actually read about it. Hold on one second and I will
I'm
verify
actually looking it
that.
up now. Um, let's see here. Uh, I don't know if it's still standing or not.
See, last time I heard about it, it was actually
Yeah.
torn down, if I
So the
remember.
original building was a
Yeah, it
hotel.
was gutted by a fire.
Yeah, it was a
You're
fire,
right.
okay. And it remained standing until it was demolished in 1938, and now it's a post office. Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was arsonist shortly after his arrest, but was largely rebuilt and used as a post office. Yeah, until then. Well,
Exactly.
from then until further on. So that's pretty crazy. I
Hmm.
mean, hopefully your mail isn't getting lost.
Yeah, right. It's gonna end up
That
in
would
a.
be really bad.
It's gonna end up in the walls of the post office.
Open with scribbles because he's reading it.
Yeah. All right, let's stop bullying H. Holmes now. Let's stop
All right.
bullying Herman. Moving to folklore, many horror monsters are adaptations of centuries old legends. Take vampires. Dracula was inspired by Vlad the Impaler, a real historical figure known for his brutal methods, and also by European folklore about undead creatures.
Werewolves are another example. The myths about humans transforming into wolves existed long before Hollywood got involved. Some cases were inspired by hypertrichosis, a rare condition causing excessive hair growth, or ergo poisoning, which can induce hallucinations.
Zombies, popularized by George Romero's Night of the Living Dead, are based on Haitian voodoo traditions, while Hollywood's take took creative liberties. The concept of the dead returning as animated corpses is rooted in folklore.
We should also mention the inspiration for the Jaws shark. Peter Benchley, the author, drew from real shark attacks, especially incidents off of the New Jersey coast in the early 20th century, almost the 2000s. Reality informed fear, which then became cinematic terror.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about those shark attacks, they actually turned out to be a bull shark, not a great
Hmm.
white.
Yep.
And the idea of hypertrichosis being like an inspiration for werewolves, right?
Mhm.
So another thing that did too was it also added to the circus.
Yes, it did.
You know,
If you look up the disease of hypertrichosis, um, you'll actually see pictures of there was I believe it was mostly a couple Indian men that were traveling in the circus saying they were werewolf men because of the excessive hair growth and how their bodies portrayed and looked.
right? Yeah, and then you look at, for instance, zombies, right? Whether you're talking about Night of the Living Dead, or if you're talking about the idea of the zombies in World War Z or The Walking Dead. Not so much The Last of Us, because that's a little bit different. That's more of a fungus among us. And
I love
this is
that.
this is a goofy episode. I'm noticing that. And
Oh yeah, that's the fun part though.
exactly. And, you know, it's all rooted in folklore, which is really kind of cool, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Some monsters take inspiration from nature. The xenomorph in Alien borrows elements from parasitic insects, like the emerald cockroach wasp, which manipulates its prey in real life, kind of in the same way the xenomorph does.
And also, you can't forget about the chupacabra. Stories of this creature may have been inspired by real livestock deaths and local folklore in Latin America. Hollywood shaped it into the terrifying creature we know today.
And even the idea of demonic possession in films often draws on documented cases, such as the exorcisms, which some we talked about last episode, that were investigated by Ed and Lorraine Warren. And also, the movie The Exorcist is based off of a real exorcism that took place in St. Louis. I believe it was in the 30s. And
That sounds about right.
while some of these cases remain controversial, they have influenced popular horror. Now, personally, I've never seen the emerald cockroach wasp.
You should Google it. It is terrifying.
I think we should. I think I'm going to, and you guys get to have a first reaction. The emerald cockroach wasp. I'm not gonna lie, that is beautiful.
It is a beautiful, beautiful creature, but if you look at what it actually does, it attaches. The reason why it's called a cockroach wasp is because
What?
that's what it manipulates. It attaches to.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've officially congratulations, everybody. You were here the first time I saw what that was. Now, one thing to keep in mind about a lot of these things, right? Hollywood obviously takes huge liberties with what they do, but they make it so much fun to watch and to experience these things. You take, for instance, the xenomorph. You took something like an emerald cockroach wasp and you turned it into the xenomorph.
Because they
It's
actually like inject their eggs too when they're controlling
yeah,
it.
and it's such a cool idea, right? And I approve
Terrifying
of
to
every
me.
one of these. I approve of every one of these uses. Personally, I love it.
Yeah. I've loved the movies about from Aliens, all the different ones. There is even a TV series based upon them, Alien Earth, which is very very good. So for me, other than who is the designer for the xenomorphs and everything when it comes down to the ships and just the aesthetics of everything, those creatures, the xenomorphs themselves, I was always okay with. Like they're just a frightening creature, just something just going out there, getting into your ship and hunting you down. I mean, it's terrifying. But the worst part about it for me was the face huggers. That at least that's what I call them. I don't know if there is an actual technical term for them. I can never remember.
I think they're actually just called the face hooker.
I think they are. I think they actually gave them a name at one point. I can't 100% about that. If someone could fact check that for me and let me know, I would really appreciate it. But it's because the fact how they would attach to your face and they would basically choke you out and turn you into a host. So its embryo can live inside you for the short period of time it needs for incubation before it busts through your chest and lives and becomes a full-fledged xenomorph. It is just insane and just terrifying all at the same time.
Exactly. And so officially, according to the Alien Anthology Wiki.
Hmm.
It is called the Manumala Nox Hydra,
Thank you,
but we're going to call it the Face Hugger.
because that's what everybody perceives it as.
Yep. Now, I don't
It
know
is
if you've
definitely the
seen it.
face hugger.
Have you seen the Face Hugger CPAP machine?
Yes, I have, and it cracks me up so much.
I love it. If I ever need to get a CPAP, I'm getting one. I don't care. It's going to be
It's
great.
basically you just got to get a model of the face hugger and just attach it to your mask. That's all you'd have to
Exactly.
do.
Thank God for 3D printing.
You might want to see if you can get one that's silicone made so it's not as rough on your skin, because that would have to set on your face all night.
I mean, that's fair. Unless I just put like a little bit of padding on the legs and stuff. I think that'd be okay.
True. We are definitely getting off topic.
We are. Squirrel brain.
Yep, very much squirrel brain.
So the next time you watch a horror movie, remember, many of the scariest creatures have roots in real life, from actual criminals to folklore and nature itself.
Reality is often stranger and scarier than fiction. Stick around for our next episode, where we will dive into the origins of Halloween.
The perfect thing to dive into the day before Halloween. And I don't know about you, Jesse, but I am super excited to share our Halloween special with these guys.
100%,
And
I agree. Because I love Halloween. I'm very, very, very much into the season, and I'm just happy it's
yes,
finally like colder out and it's hoodie weather, and it just makes me happy.
give me all the spooky season.
Yes, all of the
And
spooky season.
if you guys want to know what our big finale is, be sure to keep listening and you'll find out on Halloween. Until then, thank you so much for listening. You guys stay safe, stay curious, and we will see you soon.
My name is Jesse. Thank you for tuning in to They're Still Here. Be sure to follow us on all our social media and join our Discord. Check our link tree for all of our links. Our theme is SCP X7X, 6th Floor by Kevin MacLeod and Compotech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. Stay curious, stay safe. We will see you soon.